Hi everyone, this is Gavin from Gavin's Gadgets. Hope you guys are keeping well. This is my LG V30 Plus review and covers, I've got a camera showcase later on this as well. So I'm going to give you 32 reasons why this is the best phone in the world currently. Pretty good review if you ask me as well. So there's lots of screenshots, lots of other bits going on. Let's go check this out. So the first thing with the V30 Plus, it comes with 128 gig internal storage. Relevance of that, if you have apps and games, especially games, they can get quite large. But if you need an app where you need everything in an internal memory as opposed to the micro SD card, you get the best speeds using internal memory. However, point two, this also has a micro SD card. So not only does it have the 128 gig storage, you've got a dual SIM, so you've got dual, you put 2 nano SIMs in, or you can take 1 nano SIM away and have a micro SD card. But either way, if you're traveling or if you need extra storage for photos and video, you've got the options. And because it does have the option of taking the micro SD card in and out, if you did a lot of video work, you could take your micro SD card out and stick it straight into your computer and copy the files across from there. So lots of flexibility and makes this a great phone. It also comes with all the latest processor, so you've got your Snapdragon 835, 4 gig of RAM. This makes it a very snappy device and very nice to use in day-to-day usage. And as you can see, this is the Moroccan Blues, they call it. It's absolutely gorgeous. This phone is lovely. It's nice and easy to hold, and it's got Gorilla Glass 5 as well in an aluminium frame, so all the latest bits and pieces. But despite all that, it's IP68 dust and water resistance up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes. Plus, so whilst a lot of phones might have IP68, it also has the mil standard 810G, which makes it a bit more durable. You still don't want to drop this, and you still might want to put, like these leather cases I've got, which is quite nice, and I do use it in a case, I'll be honest there. This is a lovely 6-inch, they call it POLED display. It's an 18:9 or 2:1 ratio. That means it's narrow and it's nice and easy to hold. It's great for content. You've got a nice full screen there. It's easy grip. This is 7.54 centimeters wide. And when you're watching your videos or any content, you haven't got a cutout like the iPhone X where you miss stuff. Yeah. Does look better when you can see the whole screen across this beautiful glass body. The screen is also Dolby Vision and HDR10 compliant, so when you watch content like that, it does look pretty good on this screen. And strange enough, I have started to watch a lot of Netflix bits and pieces on here as well, and Amazon Prime videos. I don't know if you've noticed, but it has an always on display that shows you all the useful information that you need at a glance, without interfering with the battery. So you can leave it on, don't worry about the battery, and it's really customizable. You can see the screenshots I'm going to show you, and just, you know, when you think, yeah, some phones might have it, some don't, but very handy. Every phone should have that. And I'm holding this, and it's not heavy. You know, this is only 158 grams. And I can tell you now that something like the Note 8, which is around the 200 gram mark, or if you remember the iPhone 7 Plus, that weighed a ton. That was 190 odd grams. And it does make a difference. I know we don't make a lot of phone calls, but it does make a difference in the long run. On the back, you have 2 cameras. You have an incredible main 16 megapixel with an f1.6, and the ultra wide, which is an f1.9, and a 5 megapixel on the front. What's really good about having the 16 megapixel main camera is the amount of detail. A lot of flagships are 12 megapixel from Samsung, from iPhone, but having the 16 megapixel means you can crop in that extra bit more, and you'll find that you've still got the detail there. So quite nice. But let's not forget that there's more than that than just having these cameras. The actual software you've got, so you've got HDR video, manual video, cine video. You can do the looped recording as well, so you can then afterwards take it into a special software and adjust the color profiles to your liking. Got something called Graphy to just on the fly customise how your photo settings are done compared to something else. 192 kilohertz stereo sound, and you know, this records in stereo video. Hello Apple, you know, iPhone mono still, stereo would be nice. Does make a difference, but it does high quality stereo. The manual photo has huge options, loads of modes, loads of settings, and the camera app is really easy to understand. And again, as I'm talking, I'm putting the screenshots up so you can get an idea what you need. Instagram lovers, if you like Instagram, it's got special modes to make Instagram photos really good, and you'll see some examples as we're going through. And you know, the ultra wide lens here on the back actually is the one I use for selfies, because you're always going to get yourself in the shot of your friend. In fact, it's so wide you get everything around you as well, and that's fantastic for selfies. I really like that. But you're saying, but the Google Pixel 2 XL has the best camera in the world. Fear not, there are 2 ports for this phone which you can find on XDA developers. I'll put a link down below. So you have one for the ultra wide lens and one for the standard lens, so you have the best of 2 worlds. But I will say that whilst it has the HDR plus post processing on these ports, and they are very good, there are plenty of times when it's better to use the LG app. But you've got the best of both worlds there, and you can decide what you want to do. So point 14, what's this on top? It's a headphone jack. Well, hey, a flagship with a headphone jack. No more messing around with adapters. Have I got my adapter? Have I left my adapter? You said, but I use Bluetooth now. Bluetooth headphones cost more money and don't sound always as good price, pound for price comparisons with wired headphones. And what if your Bluetooth headphones are flat? You forgot to charge them or they went flat. With a wired headphone, have no fear. So not only have you got a headphone jack, but you have a quad DAC, providing massive dynamic range, beautiful power, performance application and amplification for big headphones. So if you want to power some, you know, nice Focalier headphones, you know, these are hi-fi headphones, no problem. If you want some Bear Dynamics are over there as well, you know, no problem. If you just got in-ears, you can get nice wide dynamic range, full of sound, fantastic wide headphone sound. And despite the fact this has got the quad DAC, it also supports the new streaming standard MQA, which is basically FLAC being streamed down in simple layman terms. You've got that as well. You know, so they've embraced the actual headphone jack. And again, no worrying about spend money on extra adapters or even losing adapters. But just say you do want to use Bluetooth. I mean, you know, if you want to use Bluetooth, don't worry. This has got some of the best Bluetooth sound available. Again, LG have embraced Bluetooth. It's got aptX. The iPhone 10 doesn't even have aptX. Its MacBooks do, but not the iPhone X. Doesn't even have aptX. This has aptX, aptX HD, and when it gets Oreo, which is imminent because it's been rolling out, started to roll out, it will then have Sony's LDAC codec as well. But it sounds amazing as is. So it embraces Bluetooth really well. And also when you're listening to Bluetooth, you can switch, it has options in the drop down and notification shade, and you can switch between the Bluetooth to your phone or whatever audio sources. You can switch them on the fly quite easily as well. But despite all that, and despite that, it also, when you plug in wired headphones, it has an FM radio with RDS. So again, you know, how many flagships do you know have an FM radio? You've also got audio, it's 32 bits, 192 kilohertz. It's B&O certified as well. And it includes some B&O branded headphones in the box, which are some of the best headphones that are in-ears in a box, that comes in a box. Really good. The speaker is mono and it's pretty decent, and that's despite being IP68. I can happily drive and have this on. So we're up to around about point 21 now, so 21 reasons, and 21 is the fingerprints on the rear. When you take this out of your pocket, your hand is naturally on the fingerprint sensor, and it works really well. And also it's not like the no take where you have to stretch your finger up here to try and reach it. I'm sure Samsung will fix that in subsequent phone releases coming this year. It's got lots of sensors. It's got a fingerprint, as I said, accelerometer, gyro, proximity, compass, barometer, and the camera has a colour spectrum sensor as well. So really great in terms of sensors. Battery is great. Get through a day, no problem with this. In fact, I will use GPS in the car, and I just won't worry about putting the on charge either. It really does last the day, and that's really good. That's despite having a Quad HD display, but again, you can adjust the resolution down if you want longer battery life to 1080p or 720p. Talking of battery, it's a decent sized 3300 milliamp battery. It's got quick charge 3, and the quick charger is in the box. Hello Apple, nice if you put a quick charger in the box for the new iPhones. But also it's got Qi wireless charging, your choice. Personally, I use Qi wireless charging occasionally. I've got a couple of chargers down there, and they're very useful. But when you want to turn this on and off, you've got the double tap to turn on, and the double tap, you can double tap to turn it off. Again, just useful to having those extra little bits and pieces. You've also got something called floating bar, which is a little bar that comes across the screen. The V20 had a separate display, but this actually has the floating bar that's available on the lock screen, and when you open it, and you can adjust it on the left side or the right side, and it does things. You can customize it fully, but it gives you access to shortcuts, screen capture options like record a screen in a GIF, music player, and quick contact. Again, it's fully customizable, as is most things on here. The LG Home Plus is the launcher. I haven't changed it. That is the launcher. I quite like it. But again, it's fully customizable with themes. You can buy themes on the Google Play Store. You can have free themes from LG Smart World. And again, I'll just show you some of the themes I've got installed as well. And it's a very fluid experience. It works really well with all Google services and apps. The Google Assistant is fully integrated, and when this phone is off, if I actually say the magic word OK and you know what, I've got a Google smart speaker in here as well, so that will activate as well, so I don't want that to happen. But again, when the screen is off, this actually allows, when the screen is locked, for the Google Voice Assistant to work. And the other thing is these home touch buttons at the bottom here on the menu, they're fully customizable, and you can change the position, and again I'll show you some screenshots. So far I've given you 30 reasons why this in this review is the best phone ever. So what would be number 31? Remember there's 32 in total, the best is yet to come. So 31 is Game Tools. It has an option under the settings where you can, when you play games, you have down the bottom another little icon appears in the menu, and that gives you control over game graphics, screen resolution, break time. And what break time realises is if you've left the game running for more than 5 minutes, it will automatically reduce brightness and performance so you don't drain the battery by accident unnecessarily. And finally, point 32, why this is the best phone in my opinion, because I said so. Right, joking aside, here is the camera showcase. Enjoy this. There's about a dozen different photos I've taken, just showing you some of the best sort of photos you can get, and I'll be back in a sec. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the camera showcase. Nice talking to you. I've got a couple more reviews coming very soon. In fact, I've got loads more reviews coming soon. Keep good, be good, and let's talk. Leave comments below, links to help you with some things I've talked about. And if you've got any questions, do ask. Cheers guys, bye.